And it's time for Babbling with Bespoke Forms with Jenny.
Hi there, welcome to Babbling with Bespoke with Jenny, and I'm Jenny, your host. This month I'm going to be talking about plus size fashion and a bit of correlation to Project Runway and how a huge part of Project Runway has led to what we have right now or what is currently going on. A huge thing that we have to say thanks to would be Tim Gunn. Tim Gunn has been a huge fighting force for plus size fashion for a very long time. And he is even quoted as saying he doesn't like calling it plus size, he just likes calling it fashion because everyone deserves options and they deserve to be able to find something that fits them and fits them nicely. In 2016, Tim Gunn went on and did quite a few different interviews. There are many different articles of him talking about the fashion industry and how it needed to change. And Tim Gunn has been a fighting force for the plus size community for years and years. And he has tried so hard to be able to make things change. 2016 was the huge year for that. And there's a couple of really good video essays that he's done talking about it and talking about the way he wanted things to change and how he talked to designers and designers wouldn't listen.
There is no reason why larger women can't look just as fabulous as all other women. It's a design issue and not a customer issue. Plus size women deserve fashion and they deserve choices. This message is for more accessible designers. It's time to step up to the plate. Furthermore, why aren't retailers demanding that this be done? The retailers have plenty of leverage, as in Marc Jacobs, if you want to continue to own the current space that you have in our store, then we also need clothing for our larger market.
These women are still spending more than their straight size counterparts at a faster rate. And that is still true to this day because I know so many women of all different sizes that will buy things at a drop of the hat because they found something semi-cute that semi-fits them. And if you think you give them options, they're definitely going to buy more because everyone just wants something that fits them nicely and makes them happy to wear. And not everyone has the option of sewing their own clothes or making it. So we really need these people to bring them to the market so we have things to buy. Also in 2016 was Kristen Siriano stepping out and making the dress for Leslie Jones for the Ghostbuster premiere after she went on Twitter and was saying, how can she not find a designer to have a dress for her? And the thing is, she shouldn't have had to do that from the start. It should have already been there. Kristen Siriano got to have a great market and start doing a lot of plus size fashion because he realized there was a hole. There was a hole and he could fill it, and it really helped. But we're going a little too far forward, so we're gonna go back a year before that, which was 2015. It was season 14 of Project Runway. Season of 14 for Project Runway had Ashley Nell, who is a fashion designer based out of California, and I love her, always loved her designs, still follow her to this day. She's phenomenal. She was on Project Runway for that season, and I know she had fought for plus size many, many times, and it's a constant thing. She was able to do her final collection on just plus size models, which really changed the way that Project Runway did things. Before, they would just have a real woman challenge, and not all of those women looked like your standard woman. They were all very skinny, very tiny, and maybe one or two of them was a bit more curvy. From that 2015, we waited another season, and then in season 16, 2017, they started having one plus size model on the runway at all times. And it would be an alternation of who got this runway model. But it really showed a designer's skills being able to work with that plus size model and being able to make them look just as fabulous as everyone else. And that was the point. You're designing fashion. You need to be able to design fashion for everyone. Sadly, after that season in 2018 was when Tim Gunn left Project Runway. But he did make a change finally on that show. And through that, we did have some trickle down. So in 2018, Old Navy, Kohl's, Walmart, H&M restructured a lot of their plus sizes and started offering more plus sizes in the store as an incentive to get people there. But being able to buy clothes in the store did help these stores. They said they didn't because they were known to hide them. We shouldn't have to walk all the way to the back of the store in the back tiny corner to find clothes in our size. We should be able to find them right in the front with everything else. There shouldn't be something that's completely different in the plus size that they don't have in the straight size and vice versa. We should be able to do all of these things. But we can see how Project Runway helped with these trickle down because they showed these plus size models in great clothes, cool clothes, stuff that fit them, that was fashion forward, that people really liked and wanted. So therefore, because people wanted it, it was able to show up in the mass market. Sadly now, this mass market has declined a lot. We're in a really weird, trying time where every ad I see is for some sort of weight loss medication. And really what our media is pushing is the smaller size. We hit our first renaissance with the plus size market. And really, we're waiting for the start of the second. Now, for the second renaissance, why should we make it the point of one person to fight for everything that we want? Be vocal. Talk about the change you want to see. You see someone who is plus size wearing gorgeous things on television or in the market, push them, raise them up, talk about them. The more we talk about these things, the more they are noticed, the more that corporations start to pick up on what we actually want. Because talking with your words, it's good, but talking online seems to be better. Pushing your agenda online seems to work out a lot more for a lot of people. But just talk about it. Be the next Tim Gunn. Talk about the change that you want and talk to people about making that change. Write letters to your favorite fashion designers. Write them an email. Tell them what you want. Maybe if they get like 500 emails, they might make that change. But you can't have the change unless you ask for the change. And so, either way, I'm excited for the next season of Project Runway. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. Hopefully we get a lot more representation and a lot more fun from it. And now we're going to segue into what is Jenny working on this month? So, as before I talked to you about I was making the strawberry dress. Well, I ran into some problems as I was making it. So the skirt has these gorgeous little panels that have these little spots for these round little kind of godets. Well, I took the original design and I turned them into these really pretty strawberries. Now, what I did not realize is when I was putting it together that it was very wide compared to the spot that it needed to go in. So they kind of squished together so much that you couldn't tell it was a strawberry. So I made 8 of these. They're probably going to turn into the bottom of a skirt somehow in a different project because they're really, really cute and they match the bag that we will show you later. I'll show you a little video of that later. It's kind of turned into a what fabric I have. So we've got little godet points. I also have some made with the light green on the top because I did not quite have enough of either of the greens to make it work. So I have the skirt in pieces. Here is the top. Now this was really fun to fit onto my dress form because the darts on it were nowhere near where I needed them to actually be. And everything else just fit absolutely terribly when I first did the sample piece. What was really nice was being able to lay it straight onto my dress form, pin it up, cut it, and figure that out. Because it did have to have a bit of modification, including like lengthening the front, and then because I am so curved in the back, I had to take like 3 inches off of the back piece. And just being able to lay that out was really nice because I have had such problems with back pieces and just getting a crumple at your waist because of the way your body wants to sit. Here is the top so far. I've got these gorgeous little tulip sleeves. Love a good tulip sleeve. And what's fun is this fabric is really old. It is from Joann's in the I'm pretty sure I got it before 2010 actually. Pretty sure I bought it in high school. It's like vintage fabric. It's vintage. Oh, I hate saying that. That made me, oh, I don't like that, Sarah. No, gross. And then the rest of this, this red was somewhere in my stash, which I have another red. I have now found out I have 3 pieces of red cotton with white polka dots. How? I don't even know. The green was in my stash. The other green was in my stash for when I bought it at Walmart many years ago. Yes, Walmart has some great fabric, okay? And honestly, I have no idea where I got this one. I'm gonna tell you that truth. The lining of it is done in a white cotton. I really like doing linings in cotton just because moisture factors, and I prefer wearing a cotton. What's fun with it is it's actually a printed cotton, so it's a white on white print, which was very strange because I was like holding them together and holding them to a light source, and surprisingly putting 2 whites together, it's not that see-through, which is shocking. But I did have to do my own annoyance because this fabric is so thin, so thin, that I was definitely going to have to line the entire skirt. And I always try to not line a skirt if I don't have to. But it's so pretty, and it just reminded me, like there's little blobs on it that remind me of strawberries, so strawberry dress. So hopefully next month's video, I will actually be wearing it, and I will show you more fun things that I've made. We will see you next month on Babbling with Bespoke.
Babbling with Bespoke Forms with Jenny.